Hey everybody, this is Paul from NC Cover Band Reviews, debuting a new feature that we're putting out called Venue Spotlights. So in these spotlights, we're going to talk about the past, present, and future of some of the great venues that's bringing us live music here in the Triad. And tonight we're at beautiful Village Square Tap House here in Clemmons, and we're joined by co-owner of Village Square, Mr. Bennett. Bernie, thanks for taking time to talk with us. So, you guys opened 2016. Right here at Clemmons. Was not a huge music scene at the time, or even a bar scene really. What made you guys pick this area and in particular this property?
Well, this property, we try to pick something that's kind of off the road a little bit, and also, you're right, there's nothing out here at the time. So the reason why we picked the location was that we wanted to bring a good, well-versed bar out to Clemmons that was a little bit different style. People have money out here, and we just wanted to go ahead and, bring them something nice.
Yeah. Plant your flag here and be the first in the area.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, was it easy getting started? Did you run into a lot of obstacles, either with the village, the city, or anything like that?
We didn't. We was very fortunate. The community really accepted us almost from day one. I mean, even as when we opened the place, it was supposed to be a soft opening, and then people got word that we opened, and it was immediate. People just started coming in and coming daily.
Yeah. And so you had a great crowd. Great crowds continued. You expanded in a number of ways. You finished out this patio that we're sitting on now. Tables, lights, music, a roof over our heads. A couple years ago, you knocked out the back wall, expanded the billiards area, to establish yourself in the pool scene in the area. What is your thinking when you're looking at your business and it's going well, but you're thinking about ways to expand? It's a risk, it could be a benefit. Like, what kind of goes through your mind about moving when you decide to move in a certain direction?
Well, it really honestly came down to our clientele and what people were demanding in the area. People wanted to shoot more pool, the tables were busy, they wanted to shoot more darts, and we only had 2 dartboards, and so when the space next to us came available, it was kind of a no-brainer. It's like, okay, we gotta go ahead and take this, and that'll give us more room for the bands. We started this originally just honestly to do acoustic bands, and it exploded from there.
So we're going to talk about music in a minute, because of course that's what brings Glenn and I here. But I want to talk about one more big expansion that you guys just pulled off, which is opening the arcade. So tell us about sort of how that came to be, and how's it going so far after the first couple of weeks?
It was a lot of the same thing, to be honest. We needed more pool space, so we took the back half of the space, and then the front half was all storefront. We said, what would be a great thing in addition to the property? And it's always good for people to come up and have something different to do. And it was like an arcade would be spectacular here.
And so do you see that as a business that's separate from, obviously they're connected, but did you envision that a lot of people would be going back and forth from the bar to the arcade, or did you envision it as kind of a separate thing that could coexist?
No, where people could go back and forth, basically, and also, during the day and stuff, families could come out and play. Something a little different than what we're currently doing.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so look, you brought it up, so we're going to talk a little bit about music, of course. Guys have expanded well beyond just having somebody in the back on an acoustic guitar for some background music, and a couple years ago started bringing in some rock bands, metal bands even, party bands, amping up the volume and really creating a real party atmosphere. So this has been obviously a destination for that in the area. So how has that evolved, and what do you look at when you decide to invite a band and book them here to come to Village Square?
Usually when I'm looking for bands, I'm looking honestly at bands that make people happy. That if I'm seeing my clientele singing along to the songs out on the dance floor when they come, the band showing a lot of energy and good songs and good set. And that's generally the things I look for.
Yeah, well, it happens plenty here. I can vouch for that. So, and of course, Village Squares have been a big contributor to this growing music scene in Clemmons, and all of a sudden now there are multiple venues around, your competitors, but also an opportunity to bring more people to the area. So how do you see the Clemmons music scene developing, and what sets Village Square apart in that space?
Well, I mean, I generally, like I said, I try to bring the best music that I can find available out there. I think what sets us apart is, I'm here a lot, and I try to bring the best bands that are around. And honestly, I think our lineup is second to none. I think we've earned that over the years, and a lot of people try to actually emulate what we do. So that's, a lot of flattery there.
So you've been around about 8 years. Are there any specific events or bands or parties or things that you've put on that really stand out as really being the high points?
You always got your great bands that come in here. I got a lot of my personal favorites. I'm a rock and roll kind of guy, but I also like a little country. So I like Black Glass and Joe Good. We kind of started Joe Goodson in the area, and Honky Tonk Outlaws when we go to country. I got my bands I try not to miss, to be honest, because I honestly like to come out and enjoy with the patrons.
Yeah, very good. So lastly, Bernie, just what can you tell us about what's Village Square looking like going forward into the next few weeks and months and beyond?
I believe our lineup, like I said, going forward, every Friday, Saturday night, Thursday acoustic. There's 3 nights of live music here every week. 52 weeks a year.
And I just have to ask, coming back for football season, you guys are coming back strong. You guys are going to have the games. You guys are going to have great homemade buffet in large part by this man here, and another great NFL season, college season coming up as well.
Oh, absolutely. And free food, can't beat it. Come on out and enjoy it.
Bernie, thank you very much for the time. Guys, you know this place. You've been here. You love it. But we want to thank Bernie for taking a few moments to tell us a little bit about the place. And we'll see you guys, I'm sure, on the dance floor out here soon.